Hi, I'm Alicia Morgan of Immigration Lawyers USA, and I'm here with my client, Janat, who just made it back. He was a little over 2 years separated from his family. He has a very complicated case history. I kind of want to give you a little summary. Basically, he came to me the first time after he had had a deportation at the border, and that was because he had come with a photo switched passport. And basically what that means is he was deported right as he came in. It was by the Border Patrol. And after that, they put him in a program so he would be supervised. We got him a work permit a short period of time through that called with OSIP. And then after that, he married his U.S. citizen wife. And I remember thinking, I remember that Janat was very excited. That I said, hey, I'm marrying a U.S. citizen. This is going to change everything. And I said, yes, I'm so excited you're marrying a U.S. citizen, and we can do your family petition, but it doesn't make your deportation order disappear. And I was really working with him to try to, to see what we could do. Could we do any waivers inside the country? But it was not easy because at that point, Trump came into the picture, and he was really trying to deport, I think, specifically Haitians maybe, but he was trying to deport anybody who was here on OSIP. And he got a letter that had said, you have a certain period of time, you need to show up with your passport to basically get deported. And I remember that meeting, and I said, Janat, I don't know what to tell you, because if you go, you're going to probably get deported. But if you don't, we're going to have to kind of live in the shadows. And it was a hard decision to make. So actually, Janat made the brave decision to go to that meeting. And a lot of people that I know would not make that decision.
With my ticket.
With his ticket. You brought the ticket.
Yes.
It was so brave of you. At that point, he had U.S. citizen wife, he had a U.S. citizen child, and then at that point, Evelyn was pregnant, wasn't she?
Oh, yes.
She was already pregnant.
Yes.
So that was so brave to know that he was going to get deported and separated from his family. But I had explained to him that if he goes, we could bring him back with some waivers. So fast forward, he does get deported, but basically he was able to go on his own to Canada instead of being deported back to Haiti, where he was, was afraid to get sent. So he went to Canada instead, and he spent some time there. And at that point, he actually he and his wife applied for the waivers by themselves. But then I had lost contact with Janat for a little bit of time, and then he contacted me again when they got a request for evidence. So the request for evidence, the government is asking for a very long list of everything that the waiver requests. And what he had filed before, they really didn't accept that as enough. They wanted a whole bunch of evidence. So we helped him with the waiver request, and thank God we're able to bring him back into the United States.
Thank you.
Yes. So I just wanted to ask you, Janat, how did it feel when you first got reunited with your wife? How did that feel?
It's amazing, because separate with family is not a good thing.
Yeah. And that was when did you come in? A couple days ago?
A couple of days ago, yes.
Yeah. And then
Montreal to Miami.
Yeah, and then I wanted to know, because I have an almost 3-year-old and I have a 1-year-old child, and thinking about him being separated from his children, and he has a son that he had really never even met, who is he's 2.5.
Yes.
He's 2.5. It really broke my heart as a mother, so I wanted to know, what was it like to be reunited with your little boy that you'd never met?
When I just come, and then he's so scared a little bit to come to me, but it's gonna take time. But now it's come a little bit by a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's okay now.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, he only met his dad all of his life. He only saw him on a video, and then he's like, oh, this is a real person. So thank God that they're all together. And then, is there anything else you want to tell people? I know that a lot of people are afraid to trust lawyers, and specifically the Haitian community. They have a lot of distrust. Is there anything you want to tell people about if it's a good idea to get a lawyer to help them with their case?
Yeah, with those cases, it's better to get the lawyers, because immigration always looking for something. Let's say a regular person who doesn't go to school to do something, you cannot do it. You have to get a lawyer anyway to get your case done and approved. Or let's say, if you want to feel comfortable or peace with the family, you have to get a lawyer, because you cannot do it with everything. Because I do it 2 times, they never receive it, but when you do it, they just take it.
Yes, and thank God for that.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you that even Janat did a good job at a lot of things. He was very persistent with the immigration to get them to make decisions in his case. But when it comes to a waiver, you really need a lawyer on your side. And thank God that he's finally reunited with his family. And I'm just so happy that we have him here in the office. We just had some pizza together to celebrate. So thank God that we have Janot back here in Miami with us.
Thank you so much.
Okay. How'd it go?